Since I'm recording, welcome to 2022 AAA Intermediate Vinyasa Fitness. Gonna legitimately try to be chill. We are starting standing, but I'm gonna try to keep it very not my usual, partly because 2022 has already been kicking my fourth A, which will be involved, but it's not a focus for this session. So we'll take a wide-legged stance and just come to the mat. Listen to your sick beats if you got them. I'm listening to my furnace, which is actually very chill. And just take a few breaths. Maybe start to think about where your weight is in your feet. If you're already kind of leaning over onto one hip, just very gently shift the hip back to center. Take notice of any tension in your shoulders, your jaw, your neck, and maybe start to take a couple little shoulder rolls. Neck rolls, just start to get a little bit of that tension out. Maybe some wrist circles if you've been at your computer all day. Wrist cracks. And then hip circles. You can have your hands free or hands on hips. So shifting over to one side, through the front to the other side, and then through the back to the first side, just very slowly. And feeling, again, with the feet, where your weight changes as you make your circles. Moving forward onto the toes a little, coming back into the heels. And then reverse, circle the other way. And then big arm circles, reaching all the way up as you inhale. And exhale, and then the arms come down. If your beats are moving to a different tune than my breath, move to the music, absolutely. And maybe start incorporating the neck a little bit as you lift your arms and inhale, lift your nose as well. It doesn't have to go all the way up, maybe 45 degrees. And exhale, hands come down, nose comes down, chin to chest. A big yes nod, a big yes to AAA. Giving more love to our arms, our abs, and our adductors, all of the stabilizing things that need a little more attention. And coming back to center, shaking the head no. Very slowly, just looking over one shoulder at a time, saying no to all the restrictions. No, you're not gonna hold me back. Nah, traps, you're gonna do what I want you to do. Maybe. And one more each side. And coming back to center, big side bends. So reaching right arm up and tilting over to the left. Hand can be on the hip or hand can dangle, totally up to you. You want it to just hang, get a little shoulder action, maybe some little shoulder circles. Or if you need that stability on the hip, and maybe you can go a little bit more into the side bend. As long as you can come back up to go to the other side, maybe dangle a little first. Get into it slowly. And then a little more. And switching another 2 times each side. I'm gonna push my hips over to the right on this one so I can get a little more side bend. And over to the other side, hips over to the left, more side bend. And one more time, I'm gonna dangle on this one. I'm gonna be lazy. And another side, final time. And back to center, just letting the arms swing back and forth as you twist very gently. Doesn't have to be big. Let your arms give you a little smack just on the hips. And then maybe twisting a little more, letting the arms swing a little more. Maybe getting a little bend in the knees. As you come to either side, so when you come through the middle, let the arms fly. Warming up the legs too. And back to center. Let your arms fall, shake them out. Under that breath again. Notice how things are feeling. Getting ready, getting warmed up. We'll do little crunches. So right arm up first, opposite side crunches. Shift your weight onto your right leg. Inhale to reach diagonally, right arm and left foot. Exhale to crunch your elbow and knee in together. Inhale to stretch. Foot doesn't actually have to touch if you don't want it to. And exhale, crunch. One more, inhale, reach. And exhale, crunch. And to the other side, shifting weight onto left leg, lifting left arm, stretch your diagonal. And exhale, sorry, I forgot to inhale. Inhale to reach. Exhale to crunch. One more, inhale, reach. And exhale, crunch. Coming back this time, feet all the way together, big toes can touch. One big inhale, lift the arms all the way up, stretch your whole body. And then keep that lift in the spine as you exhale, let your arms come down. And again, feel the weight in your feet. See if you're leaning on one side or the other, if you're a little shaky. You lean forwards a little, press your toes into the mat, feel every single toe. And then shift your weight back, feel your heels take the weight, feel your quads maybe engaging, abs might start engaging here if you're really leaning back. Maybe over to the side, other side, a little circle, making sure feet are present. Because none of our other A's work if our feet are not on board. And then we'll open the eyes, step to the front of your mat, whichever direction that is for you. Big inhale to reach the arms up. And exhale, bend your knees, hands to the mat. Inhale to plank. And hold, just on this exhale. Inhale, step back up to the front of the mat. You can hop if you want to, crawl, whatever. Bent knees here just for a moment. Let the weight of your head lean towards the ground. Knees bent as much as you need them to be for this. And then we'll engage that fourth A. Inhale to reach all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. Bend the knees, inhale to reach. And exhale, hands to the mat. Inhale to plank. This time, exhale to lower. Inhale, little baby cobra, reaching top of the head towards the wall. Exhale, release. Inhale to plank. And exhale all the way to the front of the mat. Walk, crawl, hop. Inhale to come all the way up, arms overhead. Exhale, hands to heart. Again, inhale to reach. Exhale to the mat. Inhale to plank. Exhale, lower. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, release. Inhale, plank. Exhale to the front of the mat. Inhale to come all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. Bend your knees, swing. Inhale to reach. Exhale to fold. Inhale to plank. Exhale to lower. Inhale, baby cobra when you're here. Exhale, release. Inhale up to plank, and this time exhale to downward facing dog. Take a few breaths here. Maybe stretch your calves one at a time. And then slow walk up to the front of the mat. Shoulders can come over wrists if you want them to, or they don't have to. Not yet, if you don't feel like it. Eventually, inhale to come all the way up. And exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, swing your arms to reach. Exhale, bend your knees and fold. Inhale, step your right foot back, left foot forward for low lunge. Feel it out for a moment. Maybe, again, sawing back and forth, releasing calf. And then hands to the mat. Find your plank. Inhale here. And exhale, lower. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, release. Inhale up to plank. And on your exhale, right foot forward. Low lunge on this side, sawing a little bit back and forth, mayhaps. And then step your left foot all the way up to the front. Coming into your forward fold, knees bent. And then inhale to come all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. Moving a little bit faster now, but still in a very chill way. Inhale to reach the arms up. Exhale to fold. Inhale to plank. Exhale to lower. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, release. Inhale to plank. And downward dog on the exhale. When you get here, inhale to lift your right foot up. And exhale, bring it forward into your low lunge. Left hand to the mat. Inhale, open up into a twist, lifting your right hand up. Twisting towards your right leg, which should be your front leg. And exhale, hand to the mat. Inhale to plank, right away, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your left foot up. Exhale, bring it forward to your low lunge. This time, right hand stays down. Inhale to open up with the left arm. And exhale, hand to the mat. Inhale, back to your plank. And exhale to lower. Inhale, baby cobra again. Exhale, release. Inhale all the way up to plank. And exhale, downward facing dog. Take a few breaths here. Maybe feel out those calves again. And then walk all the way up to the front of the mat. In a moment again, when you get here, just to let that head hang. Engage your fourth A. This is, I can't stop now. Inhale to come all the way up, arms overhead. And exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, swing the arms up, reach. Exhale, fold. Inhale to plank. Exhale to lower. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, release. Inhale, plank. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your right foot up. Exhale, bring it all the way forward to your right side, low lunge. Adjust your back foot to come up to high lunge. Inhale, coming up. And exhale, just hold for a moment. Feel that hip flexor stretch. Woo. Maybe spike that back heel down towards the mat. Get a little calf stretch going on as well. And then 3 cactus waves here. Inhale to reach the arms. Woo, don't fall. Exhale, bring the elbows back, shoulder blades toward the spine, back and down. Inhale, reach. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, reach. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, reach. And exhale, hands to the mat. Inhale to plank, vinyasa if you like. Exhale, lower. Or you can hang up and down and facing dog. Up to you. Inhale, baby cobra if you're here. Exhale, release. Inhale, up through plank. To downward facing dog. Other side, left foot. Inhale, reach it up. And exhale, step it forward. To low lunge. And preparing for high lunge. Inhale to come all the way up. And exhale, just settle in here. Inhale, reach the arms. 3 cactus waves here. Exhale, bring the elbows down. Inhale, reach. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, reach. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, reach it up. And exhale, hands to the mat. Inhale to plank. More vinyasa. Exhale, lower or hang out. Be down and facing dog. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, release. Inhale up to plank and hold plank. Pressing away from the mat, using all of your fingers and all of your toes. And let your knees come down to the mat, all fours. Couple of cat cows here just to get the spine mobilized. Inhale, let your belly drop. Exhale, curl up, cat back, press away from the mat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, it's that same activation that we use in plank with the arms. Singing with all your fingers, using your whole hand, your whole shoulder. Maybe a few circular cat cows. What do they call those? Coffee grinder, I think. Rolling around. Abs need a strong back too. And coming through to center. Keeping left hand on the mat. Inhale with your right hand up. And exhale, thread the needle. Bring it all the way through underneath left hand. Right ear comes to the mat. Just hang out for a moment. Feel the stretch. Make sure your hips are not going off to one side, as hips often want to do. Make sure they're staying even. Might want to tug your right hip forward a little just to make sure that that happens. Yes. And then unwind, planting left hand. Inhale to reach that right hand all the way up, open up again. And exhale back to all fours. Other way, inhale, lift your left arm up, big reach. And exhale, thread it through. Hang out here for a second again, just checking in with the hips, making sure that they're staying straight-ish. And unwinding, finding that reach again, and back to all fours. Start to incorporate a little more arm movement here. So inhale, lift the right arm up. And on your exhale, bring the right hand to your lower back. So back of the hand comes to lower back. A little bit of internal rotation. Inhale, lift the arm back up, palm facing forward or out. And exhale, dive it all the way up. From here, inhale, lift your left hand up. Yay. Exhale, back of left hand comes to lower back. Just getting some more mobility in the shoulders. Inhale to reach that left arm again. And exhale back to the mat. Same thing, unwind, reach your right hand up. Again, exhale, back of the right hand to the lower back. Inhale to reach. And exhale all fours. That was confusing. We will do this in other classes again, so don't worry. Let's try left side. Inhale to reach left hand up. Exhale, back of left hand to the lower back. Doesn't have to come all the way back, but just make sure it gets nearby. Inhale to reach. And exhale, thread your needle. Inhale, reach the right arm up. Exhale, back of right hand to lower back. Inhale, reach. Exhale, right hand to the mat. Unwind again. Inhale, reach your left hand all the way up. Exhale, back of hands to lower back. Inhale to reach. And exhale back to all fours. Coming back here. This time, looking behind at one hip. Just a little side bend, and what is it? Little crescent cat, I guess. Give you a little wiggle. Just shake things up a little. And then we'll roll on to right side, just coming into a little supported side plank for today, or for now. Later we'll do more side plank, you know me. Just coming into a big stretch here. So just opening up and then letting that left hand come forward. So feeling more of the stretch in this one than the plank itself so far. If you want to lift the back leg, you absolutely can. We are going to aim towards something similar like that. Yay. It's 8 weeks to get it, don't worry. Roll on through the other side. Little supported side plank. I like to put my foot out at a 45-degree angle here off the mat. Right hand up first, and then stretch it over your head. Maybe lifting back leg. You totally don't have to if you don't want to. And come back through. Back to plank. Find your preferred plank. We're going to hold this one for 30 seconds. That's chill, right? Be on forearms, you can be on fists, you can still have your knees down, totally up to you. Remember to engage, if you're using your hands, all of your fingers. A little external rotation in the shoulders. Your belly button pulling up towards your lower spine. And And then lift your hips, settle back into downward facing dog. Walk your feet up all the way to the front of the mat. Into our forward fold. Again, inhale to rise all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. We'll take a quick water break because I need one. Then we're going to come back to standing again because I really feel like standing today. A little bit more with the arms. Just going to swing out to a T. Keeping your shoulder blades coming together and down. So you really want to get that rotation of the shoulders. You don't want to be using your traps and shrugging. Like a bird, like a warrior two bird, making sure you are pulling your fingers in opposite directions, sending out all your energy to either side of you. Inhale to open the palms to face up. Exhale, turn the palms to face down. Then to move head or chest as well. Open, inhale, nose lifts, palms face up. Exhale, chin comes down, palms face down, maybe a little rounding in the upper back. Inhale to open. Exhale to close. Really driving that movement in the arms with the shoulders rather than the forearms. It's very easy to just turn the palms down. You want to get your whole shoulder involved. You can even move your arms up a little bit to a V when they open, and then move them down to an upside down V, if that visual helps you move your shoulders a little bit easier. Totally okay. Couple more rounds. And then moving back to the front of the mat, trying to keep that rotation in mind. Feet hip distance or wherever. We're not doing chair today. I know, you're all surprised. All two of you. Inhale, reach your arms up. And exhale, hands to the mat. Feels weird without chair, but we're doing it. Inhale to plank. And hold. If you need to switch to fists or forearms, we're going to hang out in this plank for a little bit. Inhale, find your core. Exhale, tap your right foot out to the right side. Inhale to bring it back to center. Exhale, tap your left foot out to the left side. Inhale to center. Exhale, right foot taps. Inhale, center. Exhale, left foot taps. One more each side. Come back to your center, find your core, hold your plank for a moment, and then on your next exhale, lower all the way down. Inhale, little baby cobra. Exhale, release. Inhale, back up to plank. Your preferred version of plank, again with the taps, but this time we're going to try and tap the foot up a little bit. I have a wall, so this might not work. Maybe bring, if you have a wall next to you, bring your knee to your elbow instead of tapping the foot out to the side, because you're going to try and get this L movement. If you can slide your foot, sometimes that makes it a little bit easier. So inhale, hold. Exhale, right foot taps or slides or the knee out. Inhale to plank. Exhale, tap, slide, or bring that knee out on the left. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, right side. Inhale, center. Exhale, left side. I have to do knees because I have a wall on one side. One more either side. Hold your plank. And exhale, lower. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, release. Inhale, back up to plank. One more round, this time just lifting legs straight up behind you. So inhale, find your core. Exhale, just lift the right foot. Exhale, set it down. Or inhale, set it down. Whew. Exhale, lift left. Inhale to plank. Exhale, right. Inhale, plank. Exhale, left. Inhale, plank. One more time, other side. And then lower all the way down again. Inhale to your baby cobra. Exhale to release. Inhale up through plank to your downward facing dog. Take a few breaths here. And whenever we're done sliding on our mats, walk your hands up or feet up and just come through to sitting. I forgot my chalk today. That's fine. Quick little boat pose. Doesn't have to be big. You can keep your toes on the ground if you want to. Just mind your back. Make sure your belly button is pulling in towards your lower spine. Chest is lifted. You can hold your legs. You can hold your knees if you really want to. How chill do you want today to be? I'm already getting too intense for myself. So whatever your boat looks like today, it can be any boat. And then we'll rock back. Going to lie down. Take a moment, find your heels, make sure they are roughly just out of your fingertips reach. One little bridge here. I lied about not using that fourth edge very much. Just enough to lift the hips and then slowly settle back down. Making sure your spine is in alignment here. And then lifting up both legs straight in front of you. You are now one large L. And we're going to lower the right leg. So it doesn't have to lower all the way. If you want to lower it just a little bit, you want to keep it bent, totally up to you. Just keep that left leg here. Again, it can also be bent. And see if you can get the right leg all the way down to the ground. Then again, totally up to you. If you want to also lift head, arms, how much ab do you want today? This is the full hover version. Feet can be pointed, feet can be relaxed. You can be a little bit flexed if you want. I prefer pointed. If your head is up, make sure your chin is tucked in towards your chest. Don't reach your head forward enough. Just try and keep your core nice and stable. And then let your head, arms, shoulders relax. Bring that right foot up. And switch left leg coming down, letting it hover at whatever length of hover, wherever you want to put it. Full version will be hovering just off of the floor, both legs straight. And again, pick however much ab you want today. Just stay stable. And release head, shoulders back down the mat. Bring that left leg up. And bring both knees in towards your chest. A little bit of rocking back and forth, side to side. Knees can also go in a circle if you feel like your lower back is not having it today. Even if your lower back is having it today. From here, I have the wall, so I'm going to shift. Also, this way you can probably see what I'm doing a little bit easier. Legs up straight. We're going to do some adductor V's. quote unquote, just opening the legs, letting them drop. They don't have to go all the way down. And bring them back up together. Inhale, open, whatever your range is. And exhale, bring your ankles back together. And keep the knees straight if you can, or as straight as you possibly can. Legs do not have to come all the way down. This is not a stretch. You can, but not today. We don't have to today. While you're here, just really be mindful of your core on those exhales, trying to feel, is my belly button rising up, or is it pressing down towards the floor and my lower spine? Really activating that transverse abdominis on every exhale. If your adductors are already done, you can totally chill. But try a couple more rounds. Nice and slow, just enjoying that movement. Also noticing if one of your legs is having a more difficult time than the other. Perhaps something to work on in future. From here, you can also tell when your ankles come together if you have one leg that's shorter than the other. How I know if I'm off. I'm a little off today. One more. Bring your legs back together. And then rolling up to the front of your mat. I'm gonna scoot back into position. And just rolling to come up to squat at the front of your mat whenever you are ready. Whichever version of squat you like. You can take Malasana. You can just come into a feet together, holding your knees, kind of squat if you want to. Very comforting, very chill. Or bring your feet out to the side. Practicing your full yogi squat. Using your elbows to press into the insides of yonder knees. Little adductor stretch here. You're flexible, so my hands don't really come together when I'm doing that. That's fine. And then coming back for more plank. Yeah. This time coming to our side plank. So take whichever version you are most comfortable with. Come through or full plank or plank on knees. Gonna roll onto that right side. I'm just gonna take a regular plank. 30 seconds on the right side. You need to offset your feet by bringing that top leg just a little bit in front. Absolutely can. Make sure you're not leaning too far forward over that front wrist. Using all of your fingers if you're on fingers. Reaching up with your left hand, or it can be on your hip if that's easier. I like the reach. Helps me stay up. I forgot to count, but I think that that's roughly enough. We'll switch to the other side. Coming onto your preferred left side plank. 30 seconds on this side. And take the same version you did on the first side. So if you offset your feet, make yourself a tripod, make yourself a tripod here. Keep reaching the top of your head forward towards that wall in front of you, in front of the top of your mat. I'm terrible at counting today, but I'm bored. Let's swing back through to regular plank. And you can put your knees down if you want to, or you can stay up in a full plank for the Very small and very chill push-up portion of today's class. Super chill push-ups. So just coming through for a couple of Chaturangas, so that's half push-ups, yogi push-ups. Really just coming down about halfway. And then pressing back up as you exhale. Inhale, coming forward, making sure your elbows are coming very close to your rib cage. Exhale, pressing back up. If you're feeling like this is also too much for you, you can also come back into an all fours position and do half or quarter push-ups from here. Still a push-up, same muscle groups, just less. Totally up to you, however many push-up you want, or however much push-up. 2 more, whatever version you're in. And then walk your hands back. Coming to sit on your knees or sit on your feet, ankles, not knees. And bringing both arms up overhead. Turn your palms to face behind you. Bring your hands to the tops of your shoulders. If you can, if they don't actually reach, totally okay. Just getting a little bit of that tricep stretch. It's a really passive one. It doesn't have to actually fully stretch. Just a little release there. And breathe. Inhale, lift the arms up, palms face together. And exhale, hands to the mat. Walk forward. Again, you can come to plank or you can do a all fours version. This time, wide-armed push-ups. So we're gonna get your hands, just for the bearing of the angles, get your first 3, your thumb, pointer, and middle finger on the mat. Your ring and pinky finger will be off the mat. So from here, if you need to move your hands in a little bit, you absolutely can, but that'll just give you the angle of where your thumbs should be, which is not quite 45. 30 degrees, roughly 30-degree angle. And if you are in all full plank version, it will look like this. But I'm going to bring my hands in a little bit, and I'm also going to do the yogic version. Similar thing, half push-ups. Elbows are going to come out at a 45-degree angle this time. Make sure your wrists and elbows are in line. Elbows are not actually going to touch your rib cage. Just do about 5 here. Inhale to come down, exhale back up. Again, you can totally do the all fours version. It will look something like this. Way easier. Just going to use your knees to kind of seesaw a little. My hands are actually on my mat. I do move them back on once I get my angle, my 30-degree-ish angle. Otherwise, it's way too wide for me. Okay, walk yourself back, sit on your feet or ankles again. You can tuck your toes under this time. Inhale to reach the hands up. And exhale, palms face behind, palms come to the top of the shoulders. One more set of push-ups. Inhale to reach the arms up, palms facing each other. Exhale, hands to the mat. This time, tricep specific. So we're going to bring those wide-armed push-ups, bring those hands right together. So this time, thumb and pointer finger are going to make a lovely little triangle. You can see that against the black of my shirt, I think. This one is going to be pretty tough to do in a full push-up position. Personally, I'm going to go with the super easier all fours-ish version. Similar thing, your elbows are still going to come out at about a 45-degree angle. So you're going to be sticking out about here and then press back. Just want to make sure that your wrists are not doing any funny twisting movements when you're doing push-ups. When you're doing anything weight bearing, really. 5 tricep specific push-ups here. Again, you can just come down halfway. My head is roughly over top of my pointer fingers. If I wanted to, my nose will come all the way down. Woo. I don't want to. Okay. And one more. And settle back. This time coming all the way to camel. This is actually going to bring a little bit of quads into it, a little bit of a camel hinge here. So instead of doing a back bend, what you're going to do is from your knee hinge, shift your entire upper body back. Like those clowns that people punch and they bounce back. This is going to really engage abdominals, but it is also going to use a lot of core and hip flexor. If your hip flexors and quads, not core, if your hip flexors and quads are sore today, you can just do a little bit of a rock, just lean back enough so that you feel that activation in your abs here. If quads are fine, do a bigger lean. Be like, yeah, punch me. And come back. Woo. Don't actually punch me. Say no to punches. Just a few, very gently. Power on. Device is connected. And then coming back, sitting down on the feet or ankles again. I'm gonna face you. A little bit more for the shoulders. Bring your arms out to the T. Right hand comes up, left hand goes back. Try and get your hands to touch in the middle. If you can. If they don't, that's fine. You don't have to do the full cow facing pose. You don't have to do the legs today. Maybe next time. We didn't do a lot of hips. And just breathe. And open the arms out to T again. And other way, left hand up, right hand back down. See if they can touch, if they want to. Feel whatever differences you have on either side. And bring the arms out to T again. Find that reach. Fingers stretching out to either direction, sending all of your energy out and receiving energy in. Energy flowing out through the fingers in either direction, and then energy coming back in through the top of your head. Trickling all the way down your very upright spine. Your good postured spine. Your shoulder blades down and back. If it's getting uncomfortable for the ankles, you can absolutely shift back up onto feet. Just keep the arms reaching in that T. And then very slowly, palms still facing down, still reaching, bringing the arms forward. If you're reaching for something right in front of you. And then opening the arms again. We're just getting that full range here. A couple more times, like you're wiping a big countertop. Nice and slow. Feel every fiber of your delts. Lots of other muscles too, but delts are the first ones that come to mind. And one more. Nice and slow, feeling that reach. And slowly let your arms release back down to your sides, as slow as you possibly can. There's an award for the person who gets their hands down to their hips last. When you get here, if you're winning this competition, just a couple shoulder rolls. Do a couple more cactus waves and then we'll start to settle. Because wow, triple A went fast. So bring your hands out to the T, bending the elbows, coming into cactus arms. And just like we did, very, very slowly, letting the palms come down, feeling every single motion that's going on here. Letting the palms come back up. If your range is only like here, totally fine. If that's your range, go with it. Just very slowly, whatever you're doing. As slow as possible. Trying to keep your shoulder blades stable. Obviously, it's going to be easier to keep your shoulder blades back and down when the hands are up. That's where the shoulder blades are happy. You're still going to move as you bring your palms down, but try and keep them as stable as possible. Feel all of that movement coming from the shoulders, that rotation we were doing earlier. More slow, chill cactus waves. Make sure that your shoulders are not creeping up. They might be if you're already getting tired. You need to take a couple shoulder rolls and then finish a few more cactus waves. Totally give her. And one more cactus, very slowly. And again, sending that energy out through the fingertips as you let your arms come to T. And as slow as you possibly can, bringing the arms down, letting your hands come to your sides. Feeling every muscle fiber waking up and saying, oh, hello, that's where I've been. And we'll come to sit in a wide-legged forward fold. Well, really just a wide-legged stance, because we're not going to fold just yet. Wherever you are comfortable. Hands together or in front, totally up to you. Hands can also be on hips. And you're going to rotate your pelvis forward, coming into that lean, feeling that active stretch first. Pressing the backs of your thighs down to the ground, really lifting up. Feeling all of that engagement. The adductors, the hamstrings, calves, lower back, which is part of the core. Which works. Press down with the backs of the thighs a little bit more. Lift up your shoulders or lift up your chest, sorry. Shoulders down, shoulders relaxed. Chill shoulders. And then hands to the mat or forearms coming into your actual wide-legged fold. And good old adductor stretch for a moment before we come to a Savasana. And breathe. Slowly come out of your stretch and make your way to your Shavasana. Just for a moment or two. You can lie flat, or you can have knees bent, feet on the mat, and let your knees come in towards each other if you're having any back issues. Or if you just want to, this is acceptable. Palms facing up. And take a few moments. Imagining your whole body melting into the floor. Your feet. Your calves. Your thighs, your hips. Full back, just sinking in a little bit. Shoulders, your hands. And your head. And take a big sigh. Big inhale in and let all the air out through your mouth. Very, very slowly when you feel ready. If you feel ready, making your way up to seated again. Or you can stay in Shavasana. I'm not the boss of you. Wherever you are, one more big inhale in through the nose and out through the mouth. Thank you very much for sharing your practice with me today. I hope it was chill enough. I tried really hard. And we'll be slightly less chill next week as we start to incorporate some more creative aspects of AAA. Thank you.